Hi everyone who's already here. We are going to start this in few minutes. In a couple of minutes. So before we start, if you want, you can start uploading the questions if you have it already. You can use a Canvas chat if you don't have Google Plus. If you have Google Plus, you can use the Google Plus feature to upload your questions, and I will look at them as I do, and I can answer questions verbally. So we'll start in about a minute. I'm gonna change the screen to the PowerPoint just for now. Okay, it's 7:30. I think we'll just go ahead and start. I don't see any questions up yet, so I'll just go ahead and tell you whatever I prepared for now. Well, maybe I can show you, in case you haven't found the way, maybe I can show you how to upload the question. I'm gonna change the view to the entire screen. Let's see. I'll go into a Canvas to the announcement that I sent you. You see this? Oh, you don't. Okay, now you see it. So here's the announcement that I sent you with the link. So when you click the link, you see this? Oh, let me mute the sound. When you click the link here, you see our, what do you call this? Virtual TA office hour. Here, you can click this little button and it will give you a new window. What do you call this? Virtual. And then you can type your answer on the right bottom side of the window here. Here's a green button, ask a new question. You can click, you can enter a question, and after I am done answering, if you want to come back and listen to that question again or listen to the answer again, you can click that question and then it will automatically, let me stop this. It will automatically take you to that minute that question was answered, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's go back to the PowerPoint. Right here. Okay, welcome to a virtual TA hour. I won't always have, let's see, hold on. Sorry, this is new for me, so I'm trying to orient myself. Okay, can you see it? Okay, good. So welcome to a virtual TA hour. I won't always have slides ready. I'll probably have some PowerPoint slides for you to see when we have an exam coming up and stuff, but it will mainly be questions. If there are questions, I will answer those questions. And if you have any questions about the assignments, I can help you with that. Or also, because one of the main objective of this class is to help you apply what you learn in class. So if you have any questions about current diet that's on the media, or if you just have a general question for for whatever from the lecture or something, I can answer your questions. I am a registered dietitian myself. So if you have any general questions that you had during during you take this course, you can ask me during this TA hour, and I am happy to answer you the question. Oh, I see someone left their names. That's good. Yes. So the PowerPoint. So before I forget, let me mention this. To get an extra point, please leave your name and what section you're from. So either the online section or section 04 with the purpose why you're here. So that can be something like just to see what other people have questions, or just to see what the TA hours going to look like. It can be something like that. It can be very simple, but I just need to know why you came today. So don't forget to leave your name and your section and why you're here. Okay. So I think I covered the first slide. Second slide. Okay, so to succeed in the NDFS 1020 class, first, this is my second time. This is my second time being a TA for NDFS 1020. Last semester it wasn't with Dr. Wengren, but the curriculum is the same. So I'm the one grading most of the assignments. So if you have any questions, you got points deducted and you don't understand why, or if you want to do better, I am the person that you can email and ask, and I am more than happy to help you to get 100% on the assignments, because assignments weighs more than 50% of your grade, so you want to do well on the assignments. And from last semester, I saw about, I think most of the students got B plus, and there were a lot of students got A's also. So if you try, for sure this class is will be a class that you can get an A for sure. So so I will give you some tips how you can succeed in this class. First, obviously, as it says on the PowerPoint, do not procrastinate of the assignments. So you will have assignments due every Sunday at 12 midnight. And Dr. Wengren, for this assignment that was due last Sunday, Dr. Wengren actually extended the deadline. So I think the due date now is till next Sunday. So if you missed it, you have a second chance to do it right now. However, for other assignments, she said that she's not gonna make any exceptions, and she's not gonna do any extension and no late work, except if you have an emergency that you have to email Dr. Wengren first. And if she says yes, that you can still turn in and let me know, I will grade your assignment, but she doesn't accept any late work. And so do not procrastinate of your assignment. Second is to read the questions and criteria carefully. I grade the assignments according to the criteria that she gives me, and also the question. So if the question says, for example, state your goal, and that needs to be measurable, that means, for example, if we learned about portion size, and the question says, state your goal about the portion size, what you just learned, and that needs to be measurable, your goal needs to be measurable, which means it needs to have a time frame. Maybe like you can say something like, next week I'm gonna try this and this, or for 5 months I'm gonna try this and that. So it has to have a time frame. It needs to have some kind of number, and you need, it's something that you need to be able to check. So I am going to use portion. Well, I am going to use smaller size of bowl for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day for next semester or for this week, so that I can and see how I do, or something. That was a terrible example. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. It has to be a measurable goal with a time frame. That way you don't get points deducted. Okay, the last point that I have is to use Smart Learn to study for the exam. The Smart Learn, it has a feature, so as you do the quiz the Smart Learn assignment every week, it has a feature that rates whether you were confident or not when you did the question that it's asking you. So and also it records your answers, if whether you got it wrong or right. So when it's ready for you, or when it's time for you to take the exam, you can actually review all of your questions, and it will kind of generate your personalized test to review. And then it will give you the questions that you got wrong, so that you can practice it again and prepare for the exam. So uh, use that feature, because Dr. Wengrin uses Smart Learn. She chose Smart Learn this semester to utilize it as much as she can, so that feature will be helpful for you for the exam. Also, there will be one or two questions from each lecture every week. So it's important for you to come to the lecture, and um, she will give you few questions only from the lecture, not from just reading. So take a good note. If she emphasizes it a couple times, then you know that's obviously important. So take good notes of it, and you will do well on the exam. Okay, so that's all I prepared. Let me go back to my screen. Okay, so that's all I prepared for today. I don't see any questions right now. Let me check here. I see 3 people. Yes, 3 people left their names and section number and why they're here, but I see we have 7 people watching it right now. So there are 4 people who's watching it but have not left their name, section number, and the purpose why they are here. To get an extra credit, you have to have that, and then I'm gonna record it and give it to Dr. Wingreen so she can give you extra point for coming here. So make sure you do that before you leave. Let's see. Okay, so that's all I prepared for now. If you have questions, this is right now is a good timing to ask me any questions you have. If not, I am going to go back to my PowerPoint page, and this is 7:43. So we've been only here for like 13 minutes. If I don't really have anyone coming, or if I don't have any questions, I can actually end it earlier too. So I'm just gonna go back to the PowerPoint page for now, and if you have a question, you can still upload it. Oh, I can't go back to my PowerPoint because I turned it off. Never mind. I'm gonna turn off the camera. If you still have a question, you can still upload the question. I can still see your comments. and I will answer them as long as it's before 8 p.m. And after 8 p.m., I'm gonna log off, so you won't be able to upload any more questions. This link is not gonna be uploaded on Canvas, but I am not gonna delete this video for about a month or a month and a half. So if you keep your announcements with the link, you can still come back to watch it if you want. And as I said, you can click after it is all recorded. You can see the list of questions that was asked, and when you click the questions or click the question that you want the answer, it will automatically take you to the part that I answered the question, so you can review that way. Okay. Thank you so much for coming. Don't forget to leave your name, section number, and why you're here. And I am going to mute the mic for now. And whenever I see a new question, I will come back and answer. Thank you.
질문도 왔어요?
Hi. So I'm back. I actually see a question. So let's see. What is the question? What actually do I? So I'm gonna select the question because I am answering your questions right now.
I'm back.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I actually do have a question. Do we include water in NutriCalc intake records? That's a good question. Let me think about it for a little bit. You probably don't have to do that for the homework assignment right now. However, there is a chapter called that you're going to learn about water, and for that chapter you will want to know how much water you are drinking per day. So it's not a bad idea to record the water because water is important. It's one of the essential nutrients that we need for our body. So it's good to know how much water you are actually drinking a day and see how it's different from the current recommendation. So it's a good idea to record it. But if you haven't till now, I don't think it's a big deal because we're not focusing on water right now. So hopefully that answered your question. So I'm gonna click done. Let's see if I have. Oh, okay, there's another question. So I just had a question about the MDA assignment after we complete it and we have our reports. What are we using them for? That's a good question. And I think she is asking, so I think you're asking for MDA assignment 1 that is due this Sunday. That assignment 1 is it's kind of a syllabus quiz that you did. It's just asking you questions, the quiz questions to make sure you understood how to do the MDA assignment. And the reporting part, I think the assignment second one that you will do will have actually questions that ask you about the recording that you did. So that's how you report your recordings. So for now, just keep your intake, and then as we have more assignments coming up, it will ask you questions. What like how to assess your own diet, or when you compare your current diet to this recommendation, what's the difference, and how can you improve and stuff like that. So you'll be answering those questions later. Okay. I think hopefully that answered your question. Let's see. Okay, that's all of the questions for now. So I see that you know how to use the ask question feature, so that's good. Oh, I have another question. Let's see. So it says, do we record 3 days of what we eat? So for MDA assignment, do we record 3 days of what we eat for every assignment, or do we just record the first time and use that as our guide for all the assignments? Okay, so the 3 days, the 3 days recording is just for the first assignment. Well, actually, I think it's the second assignment, but you need to start doing it now because it's gonna take you at least 3 days to finish it. And your second MD assignment will ask you to assess them and what kind of changes that you can make to be healthier. And after that, you will still record what you eat, but it's not going to be 3 days of what you ate. And it will ask you to record different things, I think, as you go. So it's not going to be the same. So it's not going to be a guide for all of your assignment, but it will mainly for the second MD assignment. Okay. The next question I have says, Question. For the Live It 2 option this week, one of them is a physical activity. Would T25 count for that? It is a 30-minute workout that pushes you really hard as if you were. I'm sorry, that was my phone. Let me turn it off. Um, how far did I read? It is a 30-minute workout that pushes you really hard as if you were in an hour-long workout. Yeah, that's a great way to do the Live It assignment. I think if I remember right, I think you only need to do the physical activity for 30 minutes. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it says an hour. Let me double check really quick so I'm not giving you a wrong information. You go to Canvas. Um, I'm gonna turn. Oh, so you can't see my screen right now, but I'm gonna check it really quick so I don't give you a wrong answer. So like I said, just read the question or instruction really carefully. If you do everything it says, you will get 100%. So it just says that you have to do an activity that challenges you, so that there's no time limit on it. So what you are trying to do is perfect. I think that's great. Just do it and then talk about how you felt, your experience, and I think you'll be fine. Okay. Next question. Oh, it's from Ashley again, I think. So also for the MDA, are we just recording it one time in a semester? Only 3 days in a semester? No, you're not. I am not 100% familiar with that feature, NutriKel. I used a similar one, but I didn't use the same program that you're using. So I don't think you are just recording it one time because I know there are other questions throughout the semesters ask you what your real intake was of vitamin A or what your real intake was of water or carbohydrate or fat or protein. So you will have to record it throughout the semester, but it's not gonna be the whole 3 days, I don't think. Um, you know what? Let me double check because I don't want to give you a wrong answer. Let me check this really quick. Um, okay. Well, I'm checking on Canvas to see if I can answer you correctly. I'm looking at the MBA assignment. Let's look at other ones and see if this is the same thing. Sorry, it's taking me a minute. Okay, she hasn't opened other assignments yet, so I can't tell you exactly what you will have to do, but I know it's not gonna be a 3-day food record every single time you have to do MBA assignment. And I know that you're not using your 3-day record for the entire semester, because I think you are going to use this throughout. You're going to use the NutriCal program throughout the semester, so you want to know how to use it, but it's not going to be 3 days food record. That's a lot of work. You don't want to. I don't think you have to do that every single time. Okay. So hopefully I answered you that question. You're welcome, Ashley. Okay, so this actually is a new feature that we're doing, and it is especially for those of you if you feel like distant, if you feel like there's not enough face-to-face interaction from the blended section that you're in, and also for the online students. This is your chance to have that face-to-face interactions, ask me real questions. Like I said, it can be, oh, I turned it off. It can be any questions from the lecture. Oh, yeah, I'm here. So it can be any questions from the lectures, any question for your assignment, any questions from your daily food intake, a question that your mom asked, maybe your friend asked, anything about nutrition. I can answer you just so that you can apply what you learn in your daily life. And that's the main purpose of this session. Okay, it's 8 o'clock, so I think we'll end this here. Thank you so much for coming. And sorry, it's my first time using it, so if there if something went funny for you, hopefully next time it will go more smoothly. And if you have more questions that you forgot to ask, you can email me or you can send me a message on Canvas, and I will answer back to you in 24 hours. So that's one way. And if you haven't yet, please don't forget to leave your name and section number. So if you're from online or section 04, and why you came. It can be something simple as I just wanted to see what's going on. So just leave while you're here in order to get 1 point extra credit. So don't forget to do that. You have to. I'll give you about 30 seconds to do it really quick. Maybe I'll give you a minute to do it. And after that, I'm gonna stop the broadcast. So if you haven't done it yet, please don't forget to do it. Okay. Thank you for coming. Have a great night. I'm gonna turn this back to a PowerPoint page. Or maybe I didn't. I'm just gonna